Guys, welcome back. I know it's been a while since the last time I was on here, so happy Halloween, happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate those things. And again, welcome back. Bienvenidos de nuevo a mi canal. Again, my name is Jati, and yeah, welcome to my channel, Made of Magic. Now, I came up with the name Made of Magic because if you haven't noticed, it is the initials to Mom, Made of Magic. And that is what I am. I am a mother of 3 children. So this video is going to be touching bases on that. So yeah, before I elaborate on what the video is going to be about, let me go ahead and give you some background information that will help with this video. So I am the mother to 3 amazing kids. I have a son who is 14, I have a daughter who is 10, and I have another daughter, a baby who is, or a toddler, who is 3. So I have a high school student, a 5th grader, and a pre-K. So yeah, you know, they're all over the place right now. But yeah, today's video will be talking about just like mom tips or parenting tips that can help, you know, anyone, a mom, dad, or any, you know, caregiver, guardian, you know, just some tips to help, you know, raise your kids and have a good relationship with your kids. From an OG mom. I'm not like a new mom and I'm telling you like stuff that I learned from, you know, the other day. No, like these are things that are tried and true. I have, you know, things that work with my son that didn't work with my daughter, things that I learned when I had the baby as times change. So I have, you know, about over, you know, almost 15 years of experience being a mom, and my experience is not only in life lessons, but I also have my bachelor's degree in early childhood education, and I also have a concentration in special education. So like if we have a little bit of time, I'll touch bases on that. But yeah, I just thought it would be a good idea to help any moms out there that feel like, you know, they're always tired. It looks like, you know, they don't really have a good connection with their kids, or they feel like they're always screaming to get their point across, or things like that. Hopefully this video will help you, you know, fix some of those things, or at least give you some ideas that you can, you know, tweak and make it your own to fit you and your family. So first and foremost, I'm not here to judge anybody on the way that they parent. It's already hard enough being a mom, being a parent, you know, so do you, you know, I'm not there every day to see your interaction with your child. And, you know, for me to say, well, what you're doing is wrong. I'm not here to say that what anyone is doing is wrong, you know, because I'm still learning myself. You know, every kid is different. You know, you just never know, and parenting just throws so many curveballs at you that you're ever growing, ever learning. So I just wanted to throw that out there. But yeah, let me get right into it because I feel like I'm talking a little bit too much. So I did write down like some tips that came to mind, and I think it's about 6 of them. So I will try to talk, you know, about each and every one of them, you know, how, you know, as I can, or however I can. And if you feel like you would like me to elaborate, let me know and I can do a separate video, or I can just answer any questions that you have in the comment section down below. All right, so for the first tip, I have be friendly. That doesn't mean be your child's friend. That doesn't mean, you know, you guys are besties and, you know, you should allow your child to talk to you like, you know, they talk to their best friends. If that works for you, great. In my home, it does not work where you know, me and my daughter are best friends, me and my son are best friends. No, we're not best friends. You know, I love them to death, but I am your mother, and you are my son, and you're my daughter, and you're my daughter, you know. But I am friendly. Like, and when I say be friendly is because, like, what I mean by that is, um, don't always like try not to always talk at your kids. Oh, go do this. Oh, go do that. Pick that up. Get out the way. You know, like you're talking to them aggressive a lot of the times. You know, sometimes it's nice to like say please and thank you. You know, talk to them like you know, they're an adult, like they're human, you know, so that they can, you know, the way you would want them to talk to someone in the street, or to each other or to you, you know. Kids are not going to be kids for long. You know, you're an adult longer than you are a kid. So my children, I see them like, yeah, you know, they're so cute, and you know, they're like the best things that ever happened to me. But as they grow, they're also, I want them to also be positive, you know, members of society. I want them to be great. And I want them to have manners, and I want them to be nice, and I want them to, you know, be strong in their character, and I want them, you know, I want these things. But so I don't want them, I don't want to just tell them that I want them to be those things. I want to be an example of what that should look like. So I talk to my kids in a nice way. If I want them to wash the dishes, I'm not like, go wash the dishes. I'm like, hey, Chunk Monk, hey, baby. You know, I'm not really like that. I'm sorry, I just lied. But I'm like, hey, you know, tonight's your night to do the dishes. Don't forget. Or, you know, hey, can you do those dishes for me after dinner? You know, or can you, like that? You know, like can you wash the bathroom for me? Like when my son comes home from school, I'm like, okay, so do you have any homework? He answers yes or no. Once homework is done, he knows this is his time for him to do his chores before he goes on with his day, which is either, you know, go to basketball practice, or go to open gym, where he gets to go to a gym in our area and, you know, shoot, like, you know, just shoot some hoops with his friends or play video games. Like before there's any downtime for you, you need to help out. Like there's always something to do. So my son will come home and I'm like, hey, you know, once you're done with homework, I need you to clean the bathroom, take out the recycling and the trash, and what's another thing that I normally ask him, you know, and do the dishes. And he'll be like, all right, cool. And I never get any like talk back from my kids, um, you know, like, oh no, I don't want to. My daughter does try that sometime, the middle one, but I think it's just middle child syndrome. Like that's just her personality. But I never get like, oh, they usually are really good with chores. And I think it's because I'm not like, you better go do this, you better go do that. You know, no, like I talk to my kids like I would my friends, you know, not like, hey girl, and I'm not like that, but I mean like I'm friendly, you know, I'm pleasant. And if they don't do something that I ask them to do when I ask them to, that's another, you know, another issue. I'm very patient though. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I told you wash, but I will be like, didn't I ask you to wash the dishes? Why is there still dishes there? Like I'm very sarcastic, and you know, but I get my point across. So what I'm trying to say is just, you know, be friendly, be kind, you know, don't always be talking at your kids. You know, talk to them like you would just any regular human being, because sometimes we can be kind of mean, you know, and we should really stop that, because then you don't want them to grow up thinking that it's okay for other people to talk to them that way. So that was tip number one. Another thing I have on here is trust them until they give you a reason not to trust them. And I think that that is good advice. It has worked for me. I'm not gonna say my kids have never lied, because they have, and I usually will catch them right away, and it upsets me really like a lot, because I don't like that, you know. But I tell them, I'm like, listen, the worst thing in the world is to have a parent that doesn't trust you, and I don't think you want that, you know. And I've had these conversations with them when I've caught them in a lie, and I don't know if that's the right way to do it. But again, I trust them until they give me a reason not to. So when they do, I'll let them know, like, you know, you want me to have a trusting relationship with you, because that way whenever you ask me to go here, or you want to go over there, or you want to do this, or you want to join that, I'm not going to say no to you because I trust you. So if you want me to continue to trust you, you need to continue to tell me the truth, no matter how much it hurts, no matter how hard it is. You can tell me something and you can know in your heart, like, oh my God, my mom is going to be so mad at me. She's going to be so upset. But you know what? At least I'm going to always say, thank you for telling the truth to me. That right there is going to allow me to go from being angry at a 10 to maybe an 8 or a 7, depending on the severity of, what you did that would upset me. So don't lie to me. There's no reason to, because I find out everything. You understand? There's things that you think that I don't know, but I know. So you might as well just tell me, let me know, let it come from you, because you're going to end up winning. So I just talk, pretty much like that. Like, that's the kind of conversation that I have with them. I'm going to trust you until you give me a reason not to. And the first time, I'm going to let it slide. I am. Because it's a learning curve. Everyone has to learn, to tell the truth and stuff like that. Like, that's not, like, supernatural. Like, like where everyone tells the truth all the time, and people who lie is like, oh, no, everyone lies. Even if it's a little white lie, but everyone lies. You know what I mean? Or has lied in their life. And I don't want them to be liars, but I know that it's coming at one point, and when it does, I just have a really serious conversation with them, and because I'm usually friendly with them, when I have a serious conversation with them, they take it seriously, because they're like, oh crap. You know what I mean? Like, they know that I mean business. So that's something that I wrote on there that I think would be good and has helped me with my children, and when I was a teacher, when I was a director at a daycare center, it's helped me. These things have helped me in and outside of my home, so try them, before you, say, no, that's not going to work. Just try it, just absolutely try it. You need to always communicate with your kids. You need to always have open communication. And, that's like that should be one of the main things. It's not on there, but really it's just communication. And I stopped myself from what I was going to say, because what I was going to say was because it pretty much goes with the next thing that I have here, and is respect them. Respect your kids and expect respect. You know what I mean? So, like, you should always, it's like that rule, that golden rule, treat others the way you want to be treated, or you would like to be treated. Yeah. Has to do with your kids too. I understand that, 3-year-old, I'm not going to respect a 3-year-old. Yeah, respect in the sense that, you're not going to be, that they're not your punching bag. Because you had a bad day at work doesn't mean that you get to go home and yell at them and scream at them and take it out on them. That's not fair. And if they're having a bad day, like, how come we don't allow kids to, like, have a bad day? Like, they should be allowed to, they also go through emotions like we do, and like some days when my daughter, can have a little attitude. And I keep bringing my daughter because she's like the tough one. When she has like a little attitude or something like that, I just give her a look. And I'm like, do you need a minute? You all right? Like, and I don't right away, I'm not like screaming at her, punishing her and stuff like that, because she's allowed to have a bad day here and there. Now, if it was all the time, then no, that means she needs an attitude adjustment, and we need to talk about that. But I'm talking about, like, allow them, just respect them, show them how to respect themselves, how to respect others. And the way you can show that is by doing that, and kids are sponges, and they will mirror your actions. So I think a big thing too for moms is we need to give our kids responsibilities. And I don't think you should wait very long to implement this. My 3-year-old knows to clean up after herself. Does she do it every single time? That's up for debate. But as moms, we're always so tired. We're always so tired because there's a million things going on, and it's just too much. But when you have kids, and they're at over a certain age, they should be helping you. Right now, my that's my opinion. My right now, my 14-year-old and my 10-year-old, they wash their own clothes. They dry their own clothes, and they fold their own clothes, and they put their own clothes, away. That started when once my son turned 10, he started I taught him how to do it, and he's gotten better with time, and now he's you can pretty much say he's a pro. He knows how to separate the lights from the darks, and he knows what temperature of the water, and he knows the measuring of the detergent, and he still needs a little help with the folding of the shirts, but he can fold his pants very well. And once my daughter was probably like 8 or 10, she was washing her clothes, her own clothes. Well, no, she's 10 now, so probably since she was 8, she's been washing her own clothes, and she wanted to. She wanted to. She saw her brother doing it. I want to wash my own clothes. You think I'm gonna fight you to? Please, go ahead, show me. And that helps a lot because now I just wash clothes for myself, for my husband, and for the baby. And even sometimes my son, when he washes his clothes, he'll be like, oh, does Maya have any dirty clothes? And he'll wash her clothes. Then that means like I'll go ahead and I'll wash everyone's sheets, everyone's towels, those things I take care of. But like that's a big help. After dinner, when we're done at the table, whoever's doing the dishes, the other one is cleaning the table. What else? The baby, she likes to play and she has toys everywhere. But before bath time, we're singing the cleanup song, clean up, clean up. And guess what? She's cleaning up, and she's usually pretty happy to. So I'm not like, we need to stop putting everything on ourselves. Like as moms, I mean, like we're trying to be super mom, and we are super moms. That's it. Like we just gave life. We gave birth to these kids, and we're teaching them everything. We give them love, and we take care of them, and we're taking care of the home, and we're working, and we're taking care of our husbands, and our husbands' families, and then our families, because you're still a daughter, you're still a sister, you're still a niece, but now you're also a daughter-in-law. Now you also have, his side of the family. So it's very overwhelming to be a mom and to be a wife and all those things, but you should never feel like you're in it alone, and you should never feel like you're your children's maid, because you're not. You're not. I stopped cleaning up behind the kids years ago. They know to keep their room clean, which again, I have to remind them all the time. Yeah, I literally have to be like, Noelle, take out the trash. Noelle, this, Noelle, that. But I'm saying it in a nice way, and I'm, always reminding them. I thought about doing a chart, but no. Like, are they gonna have a chart when they're older? No. When they're in college and they have a dorm, and like, are they gonna put a chart up? More than likely not. Like, I want them to be, clean. I want them to be kind. I want them to be responsible. And these are things that start in our home, and so far, I mean, I know we have a, couple more years to go, and they change and everything. But honestly, guys, like anyone who's met my kids always tells me the same thing. Like, wow, they're so well behaved. Wow, they're so smart. Wow, they're so this, they're so that. I usually get positive feedback. My daughter, she likes to like stay over her cousin's house, or maybe like her friend from soccer's house or something like that, and I don't have any complaints, thankfully. She's kind, everyone loves her, she's funny, but she knows, like, okay, yeah, you're allowed to go over there, but when you come back home, you gotta wash your clothes, you gotta clean your room. All those things, still need to get done. So with that one, I also have that followed by rewards. Now, I think that this is a good approach. I know some people say, like, you shouldn't be getting a reward for something that you're supposed to be doing anyways. And you're right, that's not how life works. Oh, you went to work today, so here you go. Here's $1 million. That would be nice, but that's not what I mean by rewards. Like, um, when my daughter asks me something, like, and this is something that just started, like, oh, can I sleep over such and such house? Or can such and such come over after the soccer game to our house so that we can play? I usually, 8 times out of 10, I'll say, of course, sure. If that's okay with her mom and dad, that's fine with me. And then once that child, once she comes back from the sleepover or the child leaves, and everything, and I'm like, you know why I let you do that, right? Because you did amazing at school yesterday, because you had an amazing week, because you got really great grades, because you cleaned up after yourself. Like I'll remind her of something that she did that really made me happy, and I'll let her know that that was her reward. And she's like so happy. And it encourages her to continue to do good things, because she knows that I will allow her to go to the school dance. I will allow her to bake cookies on a weeknight and eat, a couple cookies before bed. Like, that's a reward. I'm not talking about money every single time. And like with my son, you know, if you know, he's like, oh, can I go to basketball court and blah blah. Sure, you know, can I go here? Can I go there? Like, or hey mom, there's this really cool game that I want to try out. Or which my son doesn't really ask for anything. That's why I'm having a hard time coming up with stuff. But usually anything that he asks me for, I always try to, say yes, or don't give him a hard time about it. And I let him know, like, yeah, like when you did this, it really made me happy, and I'm happy, you know, to allow you to do this because of that. And they know, and along with rewards, I should add like positive affirmations, you know, to the kids. I feel like I love that growing up. And guys, I love my mom and everything, but she was not like that. And thankfully my dad was like that. My dad will make, with his words, like, he's so poetic, he'll make you feel like the freaking most beautifulest, most wonderfulest, most smart. I know these are not words, but you know what I mean? Like, he'll make you feel so amazing with his words, and like just the way he tells you how proud he is of you and stuff like that. And he would melt my heart. And it will, when I go to school, I'm like, I need to get these straight A's for my dad, so I can make my mom and dad happy. I need to do this and that, so like with my kids, I tell them that all the time, especially like my middle daughter. She's like that with like how I was. I'm always like, when you washed those dishes yesterday, normally like I have to go over them, because there's still stuff on them, but you did so great. Like, they were super clean. I couldn't believe it. What did you do different? That's my conversation with her. And she's like, oh yeah, well, I used a little bit more soap this time, and I was just taking my time, and I put my music on. Like, this is a legit conversation we had one time. And I'm like, wow, you should keep it up. You did a great job. You're really good at washing dishes. And next time I'll ask her to wash dishes, guess what? I don't hear nothing from her. My son, the same thing. Like I told you with the washing clothes, I'm like, wow, like, you've really got, you really, have done a good job. Like, your clothes always smell good. Your drawers are always nice and folded. I'm gonna have to start having you wash my clothes, and we'll laugh about it and stuff like that. Like, normally with him, he's like he's a little jokester, so I'm always like saying like little jokes and stuff like that. We have the same type of humor, so it's easy. It comes naturally to me. What else? Like, I'm just always trying to say positive things to them when they're doing, really good at school. I'm telling you, I'm looking deep into their eyes, and I'm just like, I'm so proud of you. You make me feel so happy. I honestly feel like, almost feel bad for other parents that they don't get to have amazing kids like you. Like, you are one of a kind, and I'm so lucky. And like, you've proven to me that you're responsible, and I'll just keep going on. And they're just like, they love to hear that, and with the baby, stickers. Oh my goodness, she was having some problems with the potty. like she did good, right? She learned, like it seemed like it clicked right away. She was doing good, but then she kind of started having accidents on herself, and I'm like, what's going on? So she loves stickers. So I was like, wait a minute, maybe every time she goes to the bathroom, I can get her some stickers. I went to the dollar store and I got her Vampirina, which is like her favorite thing. I got her all these stickers, minions, like all the stuff that she likes. And every time she would go to the bathroom, we'll like my husband, myself, the kids will woohoo, we'll be singing and dancing. We'll give her a sticker. And this was maybe like around August when this was happening. She hasn't had an accident since, so I'll get her a sticker, or, we're always like, great job, Maya, you did it, woohoo. So, we'll say like just things to help her, to allow her to feel good about herself. And it works, guys. These are things that I've tried with my children. I've tried outside, of my home with kids and at daycare and school, and it works. I think it mainly has to do with being nice, you know, not too nice to the point where they're running all over you. No, but I mean being kind like you would be to your coworker, being kind like you would be to a stranger, when you say excuse me or I'm so sorry, or, when you do something like, just treat them like little humans because they are little humans, you know. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Those were the things on my list. So just as a rundown, I have be friendly, trust until they give you a reason not to be trust, not to trust them. Talk to your kids, give them responsibility, rewards, and actually I just see one on here that says trust your gut, and that's a big one. For all you like moms and dads out there that are new to this and you're so scared and you're like, gosh, like I'm responsible for a whole, human, like for a whole another life. Like, how am I gonna do this? Trust your gut. I'm telling you, like maternal instincts, paternal instincts, like that's a thing. You know, no one knows your kid better than you. I take my daughter to the doctor and she'll suggest something, and I will take that suggestion and I will decide if I'm gonna implement it or not, because you see my child once a year for her wellness visit. I'm with my daughter every single day. I'm with my son every single day, so I would know what is best for him or her. You know what I mean? Um, and just talk it over with your, with your significant other, with their, with their dad, with their mom, and just have, I know it's so hard, especially for the people out there co-parenting, but just try to look at things from different views, when your kid is young. But once your kid is older, you just need to talk to them about, certain things before you make decisions, and they'll help you, guide you in the right direction. But all of that is just to say, like, just trust your instinct, trust your gut. It will never steer you wrong. If you feel like something's wrong with your kid, like maybe something's going on at school and they're not telling you about it because every day they come home and they go to sleep, or because they're not really showing interest, or maybe your kid is just behaving differently or anything like that, trust your instinct. If you don't feel like a certain friend that they're hanging with just isn't the right fit, talk to them about it. Or if they're little, then find a way to not allow them to share so much time with this kid. And yeah, just trust your instinct, because no one, absolutely no one knows your child better than you. So yeah, and just remember that we're all learning. The kids are ever changing, and so are we as parents. I had my children at different stages in my life. One of them I was a teenager, the other one I was in my early 20s, the other one I was in my late 20s. And all three were different experiences because I was in different places in my life at the time. So don't be so hard on yourself. Enjoy this time. Again, you're like, they're gonna be little for a short amount of time. Like I'm looking right now and I'm talking to you guys, my son's gonna be 18 in 4 years. I can't believe that. Like I feel like I was 18 the other day. So it's like, just enjoy it. Don't take things so like personal if that makes sense to you. You know what I mean? Like, don't, like, if they ever lied to you, if, you know, they made a poor decision, don't feel too bad. Don't feel too bad. Just try to find a way to make it, you know, make it so that it never happens again. But, you know, things are going to happen. Kids push buttons. They're going to try their limits. It is what it is. But it's nothing that, you know, that you're doing wrong. And if it is something that maybe, you know, you're doing wrong, just tweak it, you know, just learn from it and love them, you know, without limits. Speak nicely in front of them, and you know, just talk to them and teach them, you know, how to be themselves no matter what. You know, like, that's a big thing. Like, teach them to be leaders, not followers. You know, teach them to be unapologetically themselves, you know, and just teach them love, teach them kindness, teach them joy. You know, if you're a Christian person, teach them about God, teach them the fear of God, teach them all the things that you know and you will want your grandkids to know. You know what I mean? Like, they're gonna raise your grandkids. Like, you want amazing grandkids, don't you? I know I do. So, like, you know, just live your life, trying to be the best parent you can be every single day, the best aunt you can be every single day. If you're like an aunt and you don't have kids, that's fine, but you should live your life trying to be a good role model for them still. You know, this is still a good video for you. You know, even for people that don't have children, if you do have any kind of interaction with kids, you should always be trying your best to be your best. So yeah, that kind of got deep, didn't it? Well, my bad. But I really do. I love my kids with a passion, and I love children just in general. You know, that's why I went to school for that. And my professors will always tell me, like, you're natural. You know, and that's not, I mean, a little humble brag, you know, but I always got, you know, like, really great grades in school. And my teachers will always tell me, you know, you really are a natural. And yeah, you know, I thought that these would be some good tips to share with you guys. For anyone out there who, you know, is a mom, a dad, an aunt, or works at a daycare setting, in a school setting, or anything like that. Those are my tips from an OG mom, which that's what I am. I'm the original gangsta of moms. You know, just tips from me, from things that I've tried and have seen work well for me. You know, no one was giving me this advice. Yeah, my mom will tell me things, but and my dad, you know, but they're different. You know, their parenting styles were different, and I'm just learning from their mistakes. And I'm sure that they will learn from my mistakes when they decide if and when they want to be parents. And that's all it is a learning process. No one's perfect, and no one's expecting you to be. Your kids don't expect perfect, you know, anything perfect from you. They just want your love, honestly. Like, they want your love. They want to feel love. They want to make you proud. So let them know, you know, even if they, you know, all they did was pick up their shoes and put them in the closet, that's a win. That's good. That's great, you know, and just always uplift them, guys. It's so hard out there, even for kids, and I think we tend to forget that. So let me just stop because I'm gonna keep rambling. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm gonna try my best not to go MIA like I did this time around, but again, mom life, made of magic. Meanwhile, they think I'm made of money. Good one, right? So yeah, I'm just gonna end the video here. If you have any more video suggestions, please let me know down below. If you have any questions, let me know down below. If just anything, any interaction you want to have with me, let me know down below. I don't have any socials, any like social media, so the only place you're going to be able to find me at is here. Tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your cousin, tell everybody about this channel. I want to grow my channel so much. I just want to, you know, talk to more people, interact with more people, and I want to do it without having to, be on social media in order to do so. I want to just, go on here, talk to you guys like my friends, because you are my friends, and just grow and, maybe turn into a family. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Nope. Any questions that you have for me, again, just let me know down below, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.